Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Today I am going to show you the other great tutorial. We are going to use our 2020 brand new background stamp. This one is the Rive Rocks, and then we're going to use the Rive Rocks and also our palm frame stamp set and the die cast set to create this beautiful card. Let's start it. So the material list is the Rive Rock background stamp and the palm frame stamp set and also the palm frame matching die. We are going to use a Versamark clear embossing powder, the magic mushroom, few die-based ink pack, and I'm going to mention all the color that I use for in this tutorial. Okay, so if you have been following my tutorial, you probably realize that very seldom I use a pattern paper. I love to create my own background because the pattern paper, sometimes the pattern paper that I had for probably a few years, and if I use that pattern paper to make a card and all my customers, they want to make exactly the same card, and it's going to be very hard to find that pattern paper. So most of the time I create my own background stamp, and please check our online tutorial DVD library. We have over 100 different kinds of tutorial to show you how to use a Local King's product. It's fun, it's easy, and it's really just like the way I'm showing you. Okay. Those are Local King's magic mushrooms. My left side is the one that haven't been used. It's like brand new. When you order that, that's what's going to look like. And all the mushrooms, they come with individual storage container. So when you don't use it, try to put it inside the container. It will keep the moisture. And but like I use all the time. Usually I just let it sit on the holding basis, and then because I use them almost like every day, and I don't have to really worry about it dry out. But if you don't use your magic mushroom like I do, like probably once a month, it's better to storage them in the storage container, so that way they keep the moisture. Okay, so let me show you what's the difference between these two. Okay, so this is the one is brand new, you can see. And then this is the one that I've been using for a while. You can see the used one is a little bit bigger than the brand new one. The brand new one, the sponge is a little bit harder than the used one. So they are really like a magic one. So when they touch the ink or spread with a little bit water, they grow a little bit. When they grow up, the foam becomes a bit softer, so it helps you easy to blend. And just remember, you never wash your magic mushroom, because once when you run to the water, they grow up 2 times bigger as regular size, and they take probably 2 weeks to be completely dry to come back to original shape. So each tutorial when I use my magic mushroom, I show you how to clean it. Just remember, just follow the instruction, and I'm sure this mushroom is going to last a long time. Okay, to be able to make this card, we are using our palm frame stamp set and also the palm frame matching die. I'm just using one of my goldfish. I really want to create the goldfish that's inside of palm, and this Rive Rock is perfect to be layering on the bottom of the palm. So I am going to use my die cut, just place a spot here, any place you like, kind of play around, and we are going to use the reposition tape, just tape here, and we're going to cut it. So, and I'm going to explain to you why I do that. Okay, so this is what it look like after I die cut it, and that's what it look like. And you are going to keep this piece too. Don't put in the garbage. I'm going to use this piece, like a silhouette piece, to create the shadow for my goldfish. Something like this, you can see. Oh, let me just move it. Something like this. And then I'm going to just kind of off the shape a little bit to create a shadow for my goldfish that makes this goldfish is really floating inside the water. Okay, and we're going to use our brand new background stamp. This is the Rive Rock. You can see on the package there's some color, right? And I guarantee you, our color is created by exactly the same tool. Some of the other companies' product, they use a Photoshop, they use airbrush, they try to make their image as attractive as they can. But when you go home, it's impossible to stamp with impact or marker to get the same result. So all our colored image is done by the same technique. So I guarantee you that you can make exactly the same thing that it just show on the package. Okay, and then we are going to use our VersaFine black ink pad. You can use any kind of black ink pad, just make sure they are water resist. You can use the StazOn. I like a VersaFine because they are really detailed, and these Rive Rock stamps is kind of detailed. I want to make sure that every corner we get a nice perfect ink. If you have a stamp positioner, good for you, use it. If you don't have it, you can check out other tutorial. There is a tutorial I show you how to make your own. So this is how I stamp my background stamp. So let me make sure I don't get the, okay, that's the one. So I'm going to just put my card on top of this stamp image. Okay, and put a piece of scrap paper and make sure you rub all the surface. And the size of this white cardstock is 7 by 7.75 inches by 5 inches. Okay, that's what it look like. And then we're going to make sure it dry it before we apply any color on top. So I'm going to dry with a heat gun. I will be right back. So I cut this piece, and then after I coloring it, I am going to put it back like a piece of puzzle. It's just show better. It's just one of the technique you might think about it. So we are going to use the lightest color, that will be the desert sand. I'm using my yellow mushroom. The yellow mushroom is the lightest color. So after I last use, I don't clean my mushroom every time after I use it. So but I just test it before I start to apply the color on top. So this is pretty clean, so I have no problem. I'm going to just start directly brush the desert sand. Impact brushing is the best way to ink your magic mushroom. And then I just find a few spots, just to give it a little bit brush on top. So I brush. And in my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use a stencil, and we are going to use a squeeze and tap. So the second color, I'm going to use my green mushroom. So I just apply on top of my scrap paper. It's a very light color, so it's safe to use. Brush your this is a pear tart. Always testing on your scrap paper before you use it. This is Rive Rock. You can put your print image on site to take a look and give you some idea. I want it just a little bit green. I don't want it too much. Okay, so I'm going to show you something, okay? If you accidentally, so this is supposed to green, and then I accidentally pick up some purple, and then my mushroom become a little bit purple on top, right? Don't panic, we are going to clean it. So how you're going to do it is just use a wet cloth, just wet, have to have some water on top, and kind of just squeeze don't try to brush it. Squeeze is the best way. Try to absorb all the dirty ink on top of that. See, it kind of remove that purple ink already. And then we are going to use a napkin or paper towel, kind of squeeze that extra water out. So on the Kleenex, it show a little bit green. That's okay, as long as when you apply on the paper, see, the purple color is gone, so it can be clean. Don't panic, okay? The tool, they are designed to use. You don't want to see your tool is completely brand new. That means you didn't use your tool. Okay, now we're going to use a blue. So I use my blue mushroom. This blue, I think, is acceptable. So I just gently, when you apply, like I put a last pressure on top, it just, the color is a very light and gentle fading color. When you push hard, the color going to become darker. So always start with a lighter color. If it's not enough, we add more. You don't want to make it too dark, and then you can turn the clock back. It's going to be too dark. So see, that exactly look like the stamp that you purchased, and that's exactly what it look like. And then now we are going to color this piece silhouette. We're going to make it like a silhouette looking. So we are going to use my blue color, okay, and just gently tap, because it's a small piece, right? I'm tap a little bit blue and tap a little bit purple. That's it. And then I am going to put the back just like a piece puzzle, and that's going to be my my shadow. If it's not dark enough, what we can do is we are going to use this darker, like a navy blue. Use my blue magic mushroom. Okay, kind of give it one side, gently tap. So you can brush, you can tap. When you brush, they look like something. When you tap, they look different. Okay, so that's going to be my shadow, and I am going to just put my missing piece puzzle back to the foundation color. Okay, this is what I do is I put that piece missing puzzle back, and I just use this tape. Is it called invisible tape? It's the tape that you can purchase from the dollar store. They can just something like that. Okay, so before I place my goldfish and my water plants and my my words on top, I want to show you what's different between these two cards. You can see the card that I just made on my left side, it doesn't have that shiny coat on top, right? So what did I do? That's pretty easy. What I do is I use my Versamark and I use my clear embossing powder. I am going to just give it 1 or 2 coat of clear embossing powder to kind of seal my whole card. Make the card have some kind of reflection. It's really make it look like these goldfish is inside the water. It's so easy. Let me just fast forward how I did it. Okay, so what I do is that I use my Versamark ink pack and directly apply the ink on top of this stamp image. Okay, just give a nice squish. And then we're going to put the clear embossing powder and make sure it's clear. I made a mistake that I used white, and that's totally going to ruin this artwork. So clear embossing powder, and I'm going to heat up and I'm going to fast forward it. Okay, so this is what to look at the first coat. If you have time, I think the 2-3 coat will make it look like exactly like a water. So you just repeat these 2 or 3 times. Okay, this is what to look like after the second coat. If you like, you can add the 3rd or 4th one. Make this water surface very smooth. But I think 2 coats are good enough, and this really make a difference with this like a puzzle technique. Without it, your goldfish is not going to look floating. So that's kind of created the shadow in the back. It does make a difference. So I already pre-stamped this goldfish and my water plant. If you don't know how to color this goldfish with local King's markers, make sure you check our DVD library. There's 100+ awesome tutorials ready to view. And don't forget, we have a 25% off promotion running in our store now. You should start from February 1st to March 4th. 25% off for all the online order and for all the regular prices. We have a lot of new design, and you can use this coupon code for your magic mushroom. The magic mushroom is $39.99. With coupon code is only going to be $29.99. Just pay for the shipping. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it, and there's more tutorial coming soon. Stay tuned, and remember, if you don't want to miss our tutorial, make sure you subscribe to YouTube channel, because we don't send the email out every time when we have a new tutorial. Thank you for watching. This is Elisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. See you next time.